This first one is a simple one-step equation using with addition. Something x plus 3 equals 7. Something plus 3 equals 7. Here you can just guess the answer, right? It's going to be 4. 4 plus 3 equals 7. So that's easy to solve, but if you want to do it algebraically, let me show you that. So your goal in solving an equation is to get the x variable by itself. So if I have x plus 3, in order to get rid of the plus 3, I do the opposite. I have to subtract 3. So if I subtract 3, that's going to add up to 0, and just leaving you with just the x. Now what I do to one side of the equation, I got to do to the other side of the equation. And the equal sign is what splits the equation in two halves, the left side and the right side. So from this side, I got to also subtract 3. Okay, so 7 minus 3 is 4. So x equals 4. Now in this problem, almost the same. So here we got x minus 5. So again, we need to do the opposite. We need to add 5 to both sides. Okay, so remember that adds up to 0, just leaving you with just the x. And 9 plus 5 is 14. All right, so this is another one-step equation, but now involving multiplication. We have 3x equals 12, so 3 times something equals 12, and you can kind of tell that's going to be 4. 3 times 4 is equal to 12. But let me show you how to do it algebraically. So doing this algebraically, like any of these equations, we need to get the isolate the x, get the x by itself. So if I got 3 times x, I need to do the opposite. So opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides. Okay, so that causes this to be 1 or 1x or just x. And then 12 divided by 3 gives you 4. So x equals 4. 3 times 4 equals 12. And like I said, our goal is to get the x by itself. So since there's multiplication here, I got to do the opposite. I got to divide by 3 on both sides. So another equation, still doing one step, but now it's involving division. X divided by 5 equals 3. Okay, so again, we want to do the opposite. We got division. The opposite is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. That ends up being 5 divided by 5, reduces down to 1. 1x or just x. And 3 times 5 is 15. So x equals 15. 15 divided by 5 equals 3. All right, so this is still a one step, but now we got a fraction. 2/3 x equals 12. Now in the other equations, we said we got to do the opposite. Now when dealing with a fraction, you kind of still do the opposite, but what we're going to do is multiply by the reciprocal of the fraction. So the reciprocal means to flip it over. So 2/3, the reciprocal of 2/3 is going to be 3/2. So I multiply by 3/2, 3 over 2. Okay. I'm going to multiply the other side by 3/2. That ends up, the 3's end up canceling into 1, the 2's end up canceling into 1. So you get 1x or just x. Now we take 12 times 3/2. What we can do is kind of reduce this. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. So 2/3 times 18 equals 12. So we had a fraction. We had to multiply by the reciprocal of that fraction on both sides in order to reduce this number down to 1x. And then you gotta multiply the other side by that same reciprocal.